run from AG.
Test, test. There we go. Mic wasn't lighting up, or maybe it was. I don't know what just happened to my stuff. It just got really messed up. But there we go. I can see my mic lighting up now. I don't know if it was or not. Anyways, DC going up against CTM. Some starting rockets coming across. Just about got a hold of that truck. Doesn't look like he got him. Ooh, here comes another one right below us. Truck wisely staying away from the road. Now, what I meant to show you was this. The out of bounds zone. I got it right this time. More rockets coming in from CTM. Not quite getting a hold of anybody. Almost got a hold of the Puma over here. What is that? We got Stewart just drove right up into the point trying to get a hold of this Puma down here on the south side. Luke's down here as well. Not quite getting a hold of him. That round did in fact hit the Puma. And you can see them over there taking shots. They're hitting this Puma. The next one might be able to do it. I don't know if he's hitting the... I think he's hitting the turret. If you hit the turret, it doesn't do damage. Like if you hit the barrel. Sorry, not turret, the barrel. If you hit the barrel, it doesn't do any damage. And he's really dueling it out with that Stewart. The Stewart is actually backing off because he's not able to destroy the Puma. So, CTM doing a good job holding on down there on that side of dugout, western edge. Over here in the east, CTM is pushing straight through the 5 points, trying to make their way all the... Right, you know, they're immediately pushing straight through, trying to get a hold of the gardens back there. DC still pushing the center, trying to break their guys in and get this capture going their way, which they are starting to do. Jonky and Leon Pei up there in the front as squad leaders should have OPs nearby, keeping their boys in the fight. There is a couple of guys here for CTM, including here is their P4 right here in the center. Oh, it is actually, the capture is actually going towards CTM at the moment. They got that medium up in the circle, so Luke's and the Puma still holding down the western edge of the map. Stewart still lights some things up from back here as best he can, but I think this P4's got him pushed back, plus the rounds he took from that Puma. He still has not been repaired up from that, even though he is a full crew. There's a couple of guys for DC making their way up on the road. You got Topo Q trying to get here on... Ooh, never mind. Got blasted by the P4. Wizard gets a rocket into him. P4 is pretty hurt. A little over halfway cap for CTM here. Kishoi? Okay, I couldn't quite see the name. CTM comes around the corner, gets taken out by DC. CTM infantry coming up out of the trenches over here, but DC has a pretty good hold on the circle now, starting to pull the capture back their way. You can see the Lukes is still lighting this up from the western edge of the map. Puma is still over here as well. Here's the medium. Wondering where you are. The medium looks like he's trying to get an angle on those tanks over there on the western edge of the map. Oh! Somebody just got that Puma with a rocket just now. Ah, Wizard, was that you? That might have been Wizard landing a nice rocket on that Puma. It was long range. I saw it. So the Puma is now destroyed. Luke's still holding this down, and they still have the P4 up in the point. There is quite a bit of infantry here for DC, though. CTM starting their make way around the backside, though. They're going to start stalling up these reinforcements coming in from behind for DC. They're going to have to deal with this. There hasn't even been a capture yet, and they're already cutting off the reinforcements from their backline garrisons. There is a Stuart back here to help keep this secure, but they're already in a fight back here. They've already lost their garrison back here. CTM going for the throat. But they have to get the capture first, and DC is doing a good job of stalling up this capture, even bringing it back their way. They've got a lot of infantry up in the circle over there. Handful of guys over here in the west trying to keep this secure, but CTM has pushed some infantry past this. Luke's taking control of the hedgerow over here on the western edge of the map. Again, taking a look at the border, you can see that there's some guys over there on the eastern side, just on the edge of the zone over here. Cap now starting to tick towards DC. That is a lot of infantry in the circle. Wouldn't be surprised to see some artillery now starting to come down on top of those guys. First bombing runs should be up pretty soon as well. A couple of minutes. Has a big cluster of infantry, and it wouldn't take much to just blow them all to pieces. Oh, Wizard was up on the P4. I don't know if he was rockets. Satchel. We have a satchel on the P4. That's going to help secure this capture. I don't think that they're going to be able to get that satchel off. I think that's even a live repair station right there. That's going to get destroyed by that satchel as well. Maybe even some infantry if they jump this wall. We'll see. There goes the satchel. Repair station goes down as well. P4 is destroyed. DC now with a decent capture going on over here in the west. Something just got a hold of the Lukes. It looks like the medium pulled out. Got a hold of that Lukes, and now the medium's going to push forward. Russell gets a kill over here on the edge of the map as well, keeping his guys in place. Securing that western edge of the map, but I see Ram has slipped through over here. Looks like he was trying to get a satchel on that medium, who is actually pushed across and made his way into the point. Oh, no way. What is your name? I tried to see it earlier. Kashoyo. Kashoyo looking... Oh, I don't know if he has the satchel or not. He definitely did not get it on there. Looks like the satchel just went off over there just a moment ago. There is the capture to DC. CTM going to have to get their OPs back up. I see a couple of squad leaders over there in the east. 1, 2, 3 squad leaders and 4 squad leaders in place over here in the west and center. Just looked like they were prepared for that capture. So they did just lose a squad leader right here. Did manage to get an... Oh, no. No OP in place. That OP is right over there. First bombing run coming through right after the capture. Not a ton of infantry in place to get cleaned up. A couple of guys do get taken down. I don't know if they had gotten the garrison up yet. Doesn't look like it. I think that actually destroyed those supplies. So not on the map anymore. So he did manage to get the supplies where they were able to build garrison. They are pushing a couple of infantrymen into the zone. Most of the guys are over here in the west, under the inside and around the dugout house. This house, of course, being one of the main positions here at Dugout. Hilltop, also very important over here in the east. CTM pushes guys back up on the hill over here, trying to take the high ground. Does look like DC did a good job of pushing these guys out of the gardens. Looks like they've got a Greyhound coming down from their HQ. Might help clean these guys up even better. I don't know. We'll see how long he lasts up there. Greyhounds are they're pretty fragile. Little glass cannons. I do hear the counter bombing run coming through. Looks like it's going to go across Dugout. Took out a repair station up there. A little bit of damage. Might have even damaged that tank a little bit, but I don't think so. Not a terrible bombing run. I don't know if it got a garrison or not. But CTM is definitely still up here on the hilltop, so they're going to keep pushing. They got more guys spawning on the OPs that are up here. Taking casualties, though, as DC is trying to clear these guys out of here. Look at these guys working in unison. Leon Pei gets taken down. It's just up to Devi. Devi gets taken down as well as CTM still holding strong up here on the hilltop. Over here to the west, Russell has made his way over to the next hedge. I think we actually saw his OP there a minute ago. Maybe no, his OP was back here. We can see it right there. So Russell has actually made it up to the next hedge, clearing some of the infantry over here. He's waiting for his squad to push up and support him. I don't know what his cooldown is looking like, but he could potentially put his OP up over here to help secure the west. Gorgonita making his way up here in the center, over here on the western side of the map. Using Vichox up here above him inside the dugout house with his MG. Maybe he can get an OP up here somewhere and start putting some pressure on from this side. He will risk being shot in the back by Russell, though, so they need to clear Russell out of that hedge. Russell getting, of course, getting support from the tank that's behind. I think that's the medium. Not sure if that's the same medium. All right, we did see that P4 over there that was driving up. We saw that when the bombing run was coming through. Looks like he's repositioned to himself, and the Greyhound's going to pop out right in front of him. Swing and a miss from the P4, but the Greyhound's in so much trouble. Here comes the next round. Oh, Tyr steals the kill from the P4. Nice shooting by Tyr. Greyhound goes down. The P4 is going to reposition back towards their lines. I wouldn't be surprised to see him drive up on top of the hill here at Dugout. Ariel gets the kill on Needhar. Duffy goes down from long distance over there as Chikao shooting from the hedgerow over there, looking up towards the hilltop. Machine gun shooting across the way over there as well as Puchito is up on that rooftop. Nobody's in a decent position to be able to take him down either, so he's fairly close for a machine gunner, but he's already in position. They've got a number of sharpshooters in position as well. DC having a hard time popping their guys out and be able to shoot across the long slopes there. Russell gets taken down trying to push his way to the next hedge, but is avenged by the tank. There is a number of several squad leaders over here for CTM. Looks like they're trying desperately to break an OP somewhere into the back line of DC. They don't care which squad leader does it. They just need him to do it. DC again pushes some guys across, trying to take control of the dugout house. They need control of this position. There is a bit of a cap race going on. They did manage to slip some guys back there using an airhead. DC is technically winning this cap race. There is a garrison back here, though. Would expect to see a spawn in any second. Just one squad leader. More spawn-ins from DC now. CTM is going to have to consider calling back more than just one squad leader. Desert over here is not going to be enough. Janky making his way up in there. A couple more squad leaders coming in from behind. What's your name? Poro Naruto? Poro Naruto? I can't believe I was able to say that without stuttering. There's a couple of more spawn-ins on the garrison. Janky spots the garrison. He does get a kill. Here comes more reinforcements pushing in from DC. CTM not taking this capture pressure nearly serious. They're just not taking this serious at all. Trying to... Looked like maybe he was trying to get a hold of that garrison. Now, it is enough to stall up this cap pressure, but that airhead is still alive. Oh, no, the airhead's gone. But they do have 3 OPs up back there, so... DC's going to be able to keep bringing this pressure in. And if they can slip 1 or 2 guys in there to destroy that garrison, that could spell disaster for CTM. What was that? An arty round just took him up as... I think that was a friendly arty round, too. From the commander. Just cleaned him up, running across that field. There's a bigger spawn-in on the garrison. And it looks like DC might have missed their opportunity to continue this capture going on over here. Let's head back down towards Dugout. There hasn't been a Tiger that has been brought forward into this fight is engaging with that medium over there. The medium can't really do much about this Tiger. Infantry exchanges going on back and forth over here as neither side are able to push across the open. That's not stopping from Zaranka from trying. Gorgonita also pushing across as well. Machine gun fire coming from the house up there above Dugout. There goes the OP for Russell. Russell knows he's got infantry right on top of him. Does get one kill right there on Zaranka. Gorgonita now popping the corner. Russell heading the other way, but he's getting lit up by the Tiger. What just hit this Tiger? Was it the medium? Looks like there's possibly a 76. Yeah, I think the 76 is engaging with that Tiger long range. I think he just caught it. Okay, let's take a look at the map. He just caught it around from somewhere else, I swear. No, just the Tiger, I think. Oh, Nidar. Nidar with the well-placed rocket, though, takes out the 76. And CTM is going to keep up the pressure from the top of the hill. The user has slipped around the back side of DC's lines. He's on the garrison. The garrison is being taken down. DC not reacting to this. The garrison is gone. Infantry coming around the back side. Kentz goes down to Pizon. Payson. Well, Payzon's still alive. I got another cap race going on here. I am a little concerned. I got to see how much DC is committing to this attack, because I'm not 100% sure they're going to be able to pull back Dugout if they don't capture this. Duffy gets taken out by Desert before he can make his way into the barns. The garrison is still alive. I'm still concerned about this back here, though. DC, I did see a support. Supplies are down. Looks like they're getting that garrison back up in the same spot. Nope. Had one guy up in there for CTM, but he does get cleaned up. Here comes the Tigers pushing up, trying to make a play on the medium over here. It is smoked up. Ram gets a rocket into him. The medium is repositioning now. Andrix heading that way, trying to save the medium. The Tiger's pushing up. Ram gets taken down. There's not enough infantry over here. ACDC Turbo might be able to get a satchel on that Tiger, but man, this medium, he needs to play some cat and mouse right now. He needs to force that Tiger to try and come around the hedge. ACDC Turbo catching some rounds from that machine gun back there. The medium goes down to the Tiger. Here comes Gorgonita making his way through. Several squad leaders breaking through here on the western side for CTM. ACDC Turbo does get taken down before he can get a satchel on that Tiger. The Tiger is going to back off and be able to repair up. There is some more guys spawning in back here. Oh, yeah, there's Leon is back here, but there's no garrison nearby. There's some more spawn-ins back here inside the point, but CTM is really starting to get the pressure on. They're getting guys right up inside the circle. Duffy does clean up Needhar. They got a machine gun now right here, right above the garrison. This is such a danger close machine gun, but he's got this completely locked down. It's going to be so hard for them to spot him before he kills them. There comes the smokes. They're trying to blind him. There's another massive spawn in. Huge callback for DC. Fully aware of the danger now. Almost halfway capped there at Dugout. A single bombing run could clean this up so hard for CTM. I don't know that they have a bombing right now. I do see a Stewart zooming across there on the backside, looking to catch a hold of maybe some of these OPs over here. I don't know if he's going to try and engage this Tiger from behind or not. That would be a ballsy move if he did. He did just burn at least 1 OP, so he got something. He's stuck on the wall now. Trying desperately to get through there. Here comes the bombing run. Dual bombing runs going through here at the same time. DC's bombing run doesn't look like it got too much. But here comes the next one. Already also right on top of this garrison. I think the garrison is actually gone. And here comes CTM's bombing run. Is going to wipe out all of this infantry here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. They did get... I think they got cleaned up by the tank. Here comes the Stewart driving up into the circle. Want to make sure he keeps some sort of cap pressure going on here. There's a handful of guys spawning out on the OPs, but CTM is starting to swing around the back side now. DC trying to prevent them from getting the full envelopment over here on the western side, but they have made their way across the open field, so that's going to be hard to stop them. They do have a medium back over here way further back behind the point, but he's not really helping with the capture, but I think he is in the zone, barely in the zone. I don't even know if he counts as being in the zone. He might not be. He might need to pull up just a touch. DC was pulling this back, but CTM is starting to get the cap pressure going back their way. P4 pulling up inside the circle now. They've got 2 tanks up in here. Both tanks are pretty damaged. You can see the Tiger right there is smoking. The P4 right here is on fire. And the medium back here is shooting out smokes, trying to blind them. There's some more reinforcements pushing in for DC. The reinforce has been up. It's actually about half done now, I think. Hard to tell. I can't quite see it very well, but still a nice looking push coming from CTM, trying to break in here. DC doing a good job of stopping them. DC has also pushed through over here on the west, starting to clean up, trying to push some guys back across over here in the east. CTM has made their way all the way through the 5 points, up and over the trenchant, and they're starting to threaten the gardens again. They're trying to get to this garrison over here. They have some guys in place that might be able to make it to it. That could be a problem for DC, who is also still losing the point. A lot of the reinforcements did get cleaned up by those tanks. The medium tank over here trying to engage with the Tiger and with the P4. Catching rockets as well. He has to reposition. He is in the zone now, but about 3/4 of the way capped here now for CTM. Only a handful of guys up inside the zone now for DC, and I just don't think they have enough. More guys making their way up the road. Supplies now coming down for CTM in anticipation of the capture. Making good use of their tanks. Here comes the medium, is pushing up on the other side of the road now for DC. But there is the capture for CTM. Oh, and there goes the medium for DC as well, taken down by the Tiger. Gets spotted through the opening here, and he's gone. DC does still has a handful of guys up here inside the zone. Right here, just inside the circle, a couple of guys as well. Not really much they're going to be able to do. They can try to keep this pressure going. The biggest threat that they're running into, okay, so they were able to save this garrison. That's a big deal right now. That garrison is going to be their saving grace with both continuing this attack as well as preventing CTM from pushing through over here on the eastern side, which is what they were trying to do. If they were able to take out this garrison, then they could have started flanking up through here, trying to get into the trenches on the backside. So very good response by DC, being able to keep that garrison up. Push some guys this way, try to clear these guys out of the trenches up here on the hilltop. They're going to have to push some guys down through the 5 points. They need to hold the hilltop above dugout over here. They have some guys that are pushing in the front door, but it's pretty much never enough. You got to control the flanks. You got to control the buildings on the left and the right, which is pretty much what CTM did. They controlled 5 points. They controlled the western buildings. And then they just pushed their tanks up in and took the capture. Half track pulling in for DC, now getting serious about their defense back here. Fully aware that they're not going to be able to just break back in and take back dugout. They're going to have to coordinate an attack. They could use some tougher tanks out here. Let's take a look at the map, see what's going on with their tanks. They do have a heavy over here. They got another medium pulling up. Looks like they did just take out that P4 just now while I was looking at the map. I saw it disappear. I'm thinking, ooh, oh. The medium catches some rounds from the Tigers, though. Oh, Asteran almost getting a hold of him. Trying to put a round on that Tiger. Tiger gets another round into him. 76 also trying to shoot at the Tiger. Can he pull off into cover in time? I think he'll be able to. Yes, he does indeed make it into cover in time. That medium Sherman should be able to repair up. 76 over here still trying to engage with the Tiger as well. I don't think he has a shot from this side. Does not. No, he does not have a shot from this side. He's still trying to engage him, though. I did see the 76 catch some rounds, some rocket rounds here a minute ago, I think from Needhar, but not too much damage. There is a squad still up close by DC threatening the circle, but there's a lot of infantry here for CTM. These guys are going to need reinforcements if they want to be able to capture this. They need their tanks to win the tank engagement. Now that P4 is gone. It's just a Tiger over here. Let's take a look at the map, see what's going on for tanks here. Got the Tiger. Oh, Precision Strike is about to come down from Alonzo. Both crews out here repairing it. Oh, what? What? No way. Unbelievable. That looked like a perfect precision strike on the map. Look at that. Oh, the game just cheated you, my friend. That Tiger is catching some rounds still from the two tanks over there. Oh, I think that was the medium just got destroyed by the Tiger as well. Yes, indeed, the medium is down. 76 is backing off. The 76 goes down to the new heavy that just pulled up. Let's go see what it was. There's another Tiger. And DC loses both of their tanks at the same time. Very devastating for their tankers. There is somewhat of a fight going on over here by the cattle sheds. This garrison looks a little far out. I can't see my second monitor, so you guys will have to tell. I can't tell. I think that's still good. I can't quite see my monitor. I had to like minimize the size of my monitor over there because I'm having frame issues lately. So I'm trying to reduce resources, reduce the strain on my computer. Couple guys slipping in from CTM on the backside here, trying to get on this garrison still. Ooh, Gordo almost taken out from a stray tank round. Looks like he's going to get himself an OP here. He's going to... Is he satcheling? He's satcheling it too. Benta jumps the wall, spots him. Did he didn't spot the satchel. Or did he? He did. Spotted the satchel. I wonder if he could hear it. I mean, you can't hear those, but anyways, Fenta spots the satchel, stakes it down, and saves the garrison again. Oh, sounds like a Lux has pulled into the fray over there on the eastern side. CTM, I think their main objective right now is taking control of the gardens here. DC making decent progress over there on the western side of the map. Looks like they're trying to get a garrison back up over there. They've got decent garrison spread going on their back line. CTM also with pretty decent garrison spread going on over here. Looks like they don't really have much going on in the east. But they're still pushing over here all the same. Got a couple squad leaders in place. Oh, Ariel goes down to Peric. Ooh, a trade. DC still holding these guys out of the cattle sheds over here. Pretty big spawning up here in the trenches. Looks like CTM again trying to push into here and take out this garrison. They know it's there. Pretty sure they've had eyes on it a few times now. Even with the support of this Luke, though, they're still having a hard time breaking in here. I do see something. There's a tank over here in the west. I want to see what's going on over here. I do see a tank pushing up. Oh, one of the Tigers is repositioned over here to the west, is helping this infantry push up for CTM. This is where DC's best push was going on, I think, too. But this is one of the harder spots to push through for attacking dugout, because you got to push it from this side. You can take all the way to this building, but then you got to run across the open. Ooh, rocket from Ram almost into DV's face. Return the favor, DV. Ooh, another one. Pop up and shoot him with a rocket. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Now he's just going to wait for him. They're going to run right up to him. Oh, Gorgonita goes down. Here comes the Tiger. It's actually looking the other way. SMDM comes around the corner, and DV gets taken down while he was checking the road. This is a pretty significant push going on by the Germans right now, using this Tiger to push up this road here on the western edge of the map. He's completely protected because the edge of the map. There does seem to be a tank repositioning for the Allies now. But he is a long ways off. Yeah, it's going to be some time before he's able to engage with that Tiger, who's doing a fantastic job supporting that infantry over there. Those guys are just making significant progress, visual progress. You can see it happening. Now, there is a couple of ATs up on this Tiger. Oh, gets blasted by the Tiger, though, right as he pops the corner. I don't see any satchels. The Tiger's going to be safe. The infantry's pushing up, and this attack will continue. Over here in the center, there's a handful of guys from DC trying to make their way up and pressure dugout. I don't think they're going to be able to make it all the way up the road, especially since they have infantry pushing right in their face right now. User and Havini about to run into each other. Opposite sides. Havini actually laying low. He's trying to sneak in. Smoke. Artie smoke. Artie smoke giving away that something suspicious has happened right here in Havini's face. That's going to draw some attention, I think. Here goes the Lukes is pushing in. Let's go see what he's doing, because I'm thinking he's trying to get a hold of a garrison or something. He's going to catch a hold of a rocket instead. It's just a solo. Does clean up the infantry that's over here. There's no tanks. He's in actually a really good position. As long as no ATs get around behind him, but he's protected from their tanks because he's next to this building. Nothing north can really get a hold of him, so one of these ATs will probably clean him up in the next few minutes. It does look like that Tiger did back off a little bit. I think he repaired up. He doesn't look damaged anymore. Artie coming down now. Let's think that's yes, it is Commander Artie. CTM breaking up their artillery strikes, dropping some over here, well, the likely garrison points. But there's actually no garrison on this side for the Allies. This tank is cleaning these guys up hard. There's just a couple of infantry over here. These guys aren't even squad leaders. No OPs or nothing over here. They both get cleaned up by the artillery. The entire western flank is wide open. Ooh, whoa, slow down. 76 over there engaging with the Tiger, forcing him to back off. There is a repair station here, and plus he can back up behind the hedge, so he will be able to repair up and engage with that 76 again, but there's infantry pushing up over here on the western side. Doesn't really seem like there's much pushing back, though. This Lukes is drawing all the attention his way. Look at all these guys focused on getting this Lukes out of here, and the whole time that's happening, these guys are just making their way up the west. The Lukes does finally get cleaned up, but this infantry is all now out of place. Fortunately, not too many guys were able to slip through. Just Ram making his way up here is going to run into Russell, who's making his way back over there. trying to get an OP or garrison up on the western edge of the map. Ram comes around the corner, gets cleaned up by Russell. Heard the footsteps. Was OP also probably lit up, but there is some reinforcements pushing that way for DC. Somebody just smoked up the Tiger over here as well, so I don't know if they're going to reposition it. They're trying to reposition him so he can engage with the 76 while being on the repair station. Here we go. He's going to peek. Oh, he's just going to clean up infantry over there. Just going to blast himself some infantry for a minute instead. Let's head over here to the east. See what's going on over here. It does look like CTM still threatening the garrison over here. Alonzo spawns in time to clean him up, though. More spawn-ins on the garrison. The garrison continues to live. CTM not quite able to break into the gardens. Further east, it does look like things are about the same. DC's making a little bit of forward progress over here on the far east. Handful of guys left over here for CTM. But they're still just trading pretty effectively, I think. Anybody who tries to make his way up this road gets taken down. Ariel's making his way up as a squad leader, but he can't really go around them because they're on the farthest edge of the geofence right now. Cyberito tries to flank around and get himself some kills, but he gets taken down by Cocodrillo. Cocodrillo back there takes him down. Chileno trying to come around the backside. Paysan's right there, but Paysan gets cleaned up by the tank that's pulled up on top of the hill. Chileno makes it up over the wall. There's a tank right there, too. I don't know if Chileno wants to go for the garrison or the tank. That garrison's not in the same spot, so it looks like they've actually gotten it a couple times, but Chileno's going to pop out right in front of this tank. Oh, Chileno's going to run into Paysan. Oh, and wins the exchange. OP over here. I do hear a bombing run while this is happening. Where's that? It's going on back over here at Dugout. Now, there is an airhead included with this bombing run. It looks like it was timed fairly well. Maybe perfectly. I don't know. I didn't see it, but it definitely looks like it was timed pretty good. Airhead is live. We'll see what kind of spawn-ins we got. Let's see if TN can keep it going. There's some more spawn-ins just above it. There is the spawn-in on the airhead. The first spawn-in on the airhead. Massive wave of infantry now here for DC. The cap has begun. They are being pressured from the top of the hill immediately from the reinforcements of CTM that came in on their OPs up there, catching rockets from their own troops, I think. I think Stolich just got a friendly kill. Here comes the supply truck pushing in for CTM, looking to get their garrison back up, I think. Ooh. Major lag spike right there. Thought we were going to have another disconnect. That would have been unfortunate. Think we're still active. Pretty sure they just got... Oh, no, the airhead is still live. Tears right on top of it. Oh! One more spawn in on the airhead. Oh, gets blasted by the tank. The P4 got the airhead that time. Airhead is destroyed. Still a handful of infantry here laying low for DC, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And while that was happening, it does look like CTM was able to clear out the gardens. They now control the gardens. They're going to start pushing some guys up into these trenches. Try and get around behind Breakor Battery. That was a good airhead, but will it cost them too much ground? We'll see. DC did make some good progress over here in the west. I feel like I'm getting some weird lag spikes again. Hopefully we don't disconnect again. That would be unfortunate. Now I think about it, it's a little warm down here. Let's turn the fan on. Get some cool air blowing on the computer. Things are still stable over here in the west. This tiger has been forced back, though. Can't quite see what he's engaging with. I think that's just the half track over there. Let's take a look at the map. There's a Stewart over in the east helping them push over there. Just a handful of guys that slip through here in the center. I don't see any of the tanks anymore, other than that Stewart. So it does kind of seem like CTM has won the most recent tank exchanges while that airhead was happening. Jockey goes down. More infantry coming out for CTM over here on the western side. Supplies dropping over there by the gardens. CTM looking to establish a garrison over there as well. Holding pretty strong in the east. They've still got those squads in place. Looks like DC's starting to focus a little harder over there in the east. They push that Stewart over there. They got a couple more squads pushing down from the north. And I think they want to get around behind the gardens, take control of the 5 points. There is a tiger up over here as well still on this hilltop, preventing this push. And I'm going to guess that that tiger cleaned up the Stewart because I don't see it anymore. And, well, that Stewart would have been directly in his line of fire right here. So I'm going to guess the Stewart is gone. And at this point, CTM is starting to like collect tanks. They have a lot of tanks right now. Got this tiger over here in the west is about to be caught a hold of by a couple of ATs. I think the driver spotted them making their way through. Does the infantry behind see them? I don't think so. Duffy looking for a way through the hedgerows. Oh, Duffy gets the kill there. Pachi Me Pacha getting a rocket into the side of the tiger, but it ricocheted. Duffy getting more kills back here. Cleans up the OPs. Oh, gets taken down by User. Duffy was so close to this tiger. I don't know if he didn't have any rockets or what. Fenton now coming around the same corner. There's one good rocket. Probably not going to be enough to destroy this tiger who is just... I don't know what he's doing. Another ricochet. All the ATs are cleaned up. The tiger is still alive. There's a lot of squad leaders over here for DC. They are starting to break through over there. If they get rid of that tiger, they'll be making some good progress over there in the west. That tiger seems a little stuck on the hedgerow right now, too. This P4 pretty damaged backing off, but he is still alive, so he should be all right. Absolutely nothing over here in the east. Wait. Why am I not seeing anybody? What's going on here? What the hell? Why weren't they loading in? Wasn't that far away. Ooh, Payzon gets taken down by Azdaran, who just kind of popped out. I was almost concerned there was something weird happening again. There's some goofy things happening. I don't know if it's me or the server. I honestly, like, I hate to say it, but I'm almost hoping it's the server because I don't want technical issues on my side. I don't think so. What's my ping? 200? It's not horrible. It's not great. CTM starting to slip through over here on the eastern side, coming through the gardens, using this P4 to support their push. Wichu finally made his way all the way up from the backside. He had slipped through the trenches back there. I have to assume he put a satchel on this half track. No? Wichu making his way towards the AT gun over here, getting himself a couple of kills. I'm assuming that Wichu put a satchel on that half track, but it hasn't blown up yet, so I don't know. He must have used it earlier. No satchel on the half track. Yeah, it's not going up. Darko making his way up close over here. As a squad leader, might be able to bring in some reinforcements close by. Oh, I know you hear that machine gun right next to you. Hyper focused, I guess. Must be looking for OPs over here. He is kind of right on top of some. It's just slipping right in here. I wonder if he's trying to place his own P. Oh, whoa, lucky bastard. Can't even place an OP because there's too much infantry close by. Gordo Grenade coming up from behind, helping clear these guys out. Jam pushing up now. There is an OP right there. But I don't know if they're really aware of it. Jam's definitely using that OP as a beacon. Darko now pushing up, burns that OP. Right as Cocodrillo spawns in. Jam now going to come around the corner, get a hold of Darko. Gordo Grenade gets a hold of Jam as he comes around the corner. Oh, the pistol! Got him with the pistol. There is still more infantry pushing up, though. Let's go ahead and back this camera up a little bit. Over in the west, it looks like Wichu has again slipped all the way through. He almost made it to the garrison. Rockets coming out, swinging a miss from Apache. But that Tiger should definitely be able to get this garrison. Agu now pushing up. It's on the garrison. Probably going to get it. DV looking that way. Shooting at him. Gets him in the face. Mapache. Oh, look at this. They got their garrison right. Garrison's right on top of each other. That's funny. Apache should be able to get that with a rocket. Is he waiting for the spawn? There's the spawn. Here comes the Tiger around the corner. There goes the garrison. Fenta does get a rocket. There's another spawning on the garrison over here for CTM. Should be able to keep this Tiger alive just fine, even though he is catching another rocket from Fenta. He'll be pretty damaged, but he should be okay. There is a squad that is broken completely through for CTM, making their way up into the circle. Cyberito possibly making his way towards that half track. Take a quick look at the map, see what's going on. There's nothing really threatening dugout, just a couple of guys slipping through here in the center. They are getting cleaned up. The biggest danger is right here in front of us. Again, Cyberito is right there. Is he putting a satchel? What's he doing? No, he's there. He's there. Here comes the rocket. Oh, and the tree tried to block our view. Fucking tree. Sorry. Thought I had some good camera work going on there, and then tree. This Tiger should be just fine. Should be able to repair up. He's not crewed. The crew got cleaned up. They should be spawning back in on the garrison over here, though, which is still active. DC aggressively pushing the infantry over here, trying to prevent this tank from getting crewed back up. It actually got destroyed by a satchel. Did not catch that getting satchel, but the Tiger gets destroyed over there on the west. But there is some cap pressure going on now inside Breakcore Battery as there's a full squad inside this circle for CTM. Even if DC is able to stall up this capture, it's going to cost them a lot of map presence. We have to pull a lot of guys back up in here. Here comes the airhead now coming down on top of these guys, and they're well in a good position to keep it alive. There is a tank over here for DC. Might be able to spot that airhead when it comes down. He's just in a decent position to spot it. Lighting these guys up, trying to protect this road. Wouldn't be surprised to see a P4 or something pull up over in this direction pretty soon. There is a heavy pulling up from behind for CTM. Medium back here for DC. They do have pretty good tank spread. And their infantry has moved away from this airhead, so they're no longer in place to protect it. The airhead is on the ground. Here comes DV. Saw the parachute. Should be able to get it with a rocket right about now. Airhead destroyed. Gordo Grenade. Looking to get a satchel on the 76 over here. Gets cleaned up by Gordo. Oh, what? Oh. 2 fucking server crash casts in a row. That sucks. Different organizations, so it's, that's not like a anything towards the organizations. You know, things happen. But man, 2 in a row from a caster point of view, that sucks. All right, so are we playing this out then? We got people leaving. I can't tell if we're playing this out or not. There's still a fight going on over here in the west. I'm trying to keep an eye on the player count. It does seem like allies are losing some players. I mean, they still got the required player count, so I don't know. It's 30 versus 30, right? Seems like they're playing it out at least. I guess I can finish this match, finish this cast. There's some more infantry up in the point. CTM is getting a good capture going on. Yeah, okay, they're losing players. Oh, I'm disconnecting. I did not fly my camera up like that. It just did that on its own. That's cool. All right. Oh, wow, that was very slow. Everything's running slow now. All right, well, thank you everybody who watched, I guess. Go ahead and shut her down there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Take it easy.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn.